Assalamu alaikum. This is me, Asma Thebu, and today we will going to discuss about the protozoans. That what are the protozoans, their general characteristics, along with their morphology and different reproduction and other methods. So these are the objective set points that at the end of the lecture, uh, student will be able to learn to know about the what are the actually protozoans, and to know about the characteristics of protozoans, that which characteristic they have in the body. They know about the morphology of protozoans, and they know about the type of protozoa, that how many types of protozoan present. Along with this, they know about the methods of reproduction in the protozoans, different methodologies. Moreover, they know about the diseases caused by the protozoans and know about the drugs used against the protozoan. These are the objectives which we will achieve at the end of the lecture, inshallah. So we are going to start. This is a generalized structure of a protozoa. As we know that paramecium, one of the best example of the protozoan, this is paramecium, and in this diagram you can see they have a different organelles in their cell, and they makes a complete body. As we know that protozoans have a macronucleus and micronucleus. Macronucleus is larger nucleus, whereas micronucleus means smaller nucleus. These are hair-like structures which is called cilia, and this is a oral groove in which from where food enters in their body, and this is a contractile vacuole, a digestive vacuole. In this vacuole, they digest their food, and these are the projections which moves the food through all the protoplasm or cytoplasm. These are the food vacuoles, means there extra food or food is stored within these vacuoles, and this is anal pore from where they ingest out their waste material. Now come to the characteristics of protozoa. Actually, the word protozoa comes from Greek protozoan word meaning first animal. It means proto means first, zoa means animal, means they are the first animal. Protozoans word actually a Greek word, and it means these are the first animal, means according to classification, diversity, or the evolutionary perspective, protozoan were the first animal. These protozoans are unicellular. It means their body composed on single cell, but it may be multicellular, but in rare case. They are eukaryotic. Eukaryotic organisms are such organisms having a complete nucleus. And these are microorganisms. Obviously, they are unicellular. It means they are microorganisms. Protozoans constitute a large group of about 65,000 species. It means they have a number of species. They have a large group of animals. Round about, they have 65,000 species in this group. Most of which are harmless, means free living. Majority of the protozoans are free living, means they do not give any harm to any other group of living species. They inhabit water and soil, means they live in the water as well as in the soil. A few species are pathogenic in nature, means they Majority of the protozoans are free living, but few are pathogenic, means they are parasitizing the human body and other animal, causing hundred of million of infection year around the world. Means majority is free living, but few species of the protozoans are harmful or pathogenic in nature. They cause different variety of infection in human body as well as on the other organisms. Majority, mostly they are unicellular, and these organisms are fully functional cell. Means their body is composed of on single cell, but the single cell having a complete functions. They are freely and movable organisms, or they may be parasitic or symbiotic. Free living means they do not get they do not give any harm to other organism. Parasitic means they give harm to other organism, or it is also known as symbiotic, means they live with an associations. Protozoans are chemoheterotrophs, means they detect the chemical messages, or they are motile, means they move from one place to another place, and their locomotory organelles are always flagella and cilia. Morphology means protozoans are eukaryotic, as we know that they resemble true. So that's why they resemble with the animals, and they contain a major cell organelles, including nucleus and mitochondria. Means they are unicellular organism, but having a nucleus, complete nucleus, micro and macronucleus, and along with the mitochondria, the powerhouse of the cell. Their organelles are highly specialized for feeding, reproduction, and movement. Means their organelles within the cell are movable. Sorry, are specialized for feeding, just like food vacuole, reproduction, and movement. They help in the reproduction, like cilia. They help in the movement, like cilia, and feed. They have also organelles which help in the reproduction process. The cytoplasm of the protozoans are divided into an outer layer called ectoplasm and inner layer called endoplasm. Means their cytoplasm, a jelly-like substance within the cell, within the plasma membrane, and outside the nuclear membrane, a jelly-like substance that is called cytoplasm, which is having a two layers, ectoplasm and endoplasm. Ecto means outside, a layer outside the cytoplasm, whereas a layer inside the cytoplasm, that is called endoplasm. As we can see, this is an structure of the paramecium. This is anal pore. This one is food vacuole. These are the micro and macronucleus. These are the cilia, help in the locomotion, whereas this is oral group, help in the ingestion of food, and this is contractile vacuole or food vacuole. Uh, Ectoplasm help in the movement, feeding, and protection. Means the outer layer of the cytoplasm, which is called ectoplasm, which helps in the movement, feeding, and protection against the foreign particles or against the pathogens. Whereas endoplasm, having a nucleus, mitochondria, and food, means endoplasm having nucleus, mitochondria, and food. Some protozoans have a specialized appendages, flagella, and cilia that help in their movement. Means they move from one place to another place by the help of appendages. These appendages are flagella, a whip-like structure, whereas cilia, a hair-like structure like lashes. They live in the fresh water, and having a contractile vacuole to pump out excess water. Means these contractile vacuole help in the um, uh, uh, pump out excess water. When the excess water enters within the body, they pump out by the help of this contractile vacuole. The shape may remain constant, especially in ciliates, or change constantly. It means their body shape, it may be constant in some ciliates, or it may be constantly changed. As an amoeba, we know that amoeba having no body shape, they are irregular in shape. This is an ectoplasm layer, and this is endoplasm layer. The size of the protozoans range between 3 to 300 micrometer. This is the average range of the protozoan. Few ciliates and amoeba are larger enough to be seen with the naked eye. They are about 4 to 5 millimeter. Means few are larger in size, like few amoeba and ciliates, which we can see through the naked eye. Except sporozoites, all type of protozoan are motile either through flagella, cilia, or pseudopodia. Means that all type of protozoan can move. They are motile. By few move through the cilia, whereas few move through the flagella, and some other protozoan move by the help of the pseudopodia. But among them, only one group of protozoan, that is called sporozoites. This is not motile, and they cannot move by the flagella, cilia, or pseudopodia. They have no locomotory organelles. Have eye spot that can detect change in light, means they have an extra eye spot in their body which help in the detection of the light. They respond to the light and learn by the trial and error. As we know that this theory, trial and error means गलती करके सीखना. हमने एक थ्योरी पढ़ी थी. यहाँ पर ये भी जो है वो ट्रायल एंड एरर जो है उसके थ्रू जो है वो लर्न करते हैं. And this is eye sport. Nutrition. Mostly protozoan feed on the dead plants and animal debris, while some trophozoites feed on the bacteria, algae, and parasitic protozoan feed on the fluid and tissue of their host, like plasma and blood cells of the host, whereas some protozoan live in the symbiotic relationship in other plants and animals. Symbiotic relationship is a type of relationship in which both parties get benefited. Symbiotic means association. Classification of protozoan. We will continue this lecture on the next video. So, inshallah, we will continue in next video. Thank you. Any question you can ask in the comment box, or if you feel any query, you can ask. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.